Okay, so this is Antichamber, and Antichamber is a psychological exploration game set within an Escher-like world. This is a spatial representation of what that would be like in first person. So when I say it's a psychological game, it's a game about messing with perception, about messing with the player's head, and taking conventions that have been built up over 20 years of gaming and making the player slowly unlearn them so that they can make way for a new set of rules and feel like they're in a very foreign space, but in such a way that it all just feels intuitive. They continuously understand what's going on. So here's another example of space being a bit weird. He just looked through a blue window and was in a blue room. He's now in a red room, blue room, by encapsulating his view with another dimension to be put in that dimension. This person has just run through a lot of lateral thinking puzzles, thinking outside the box. Now we present them with a few logical puzzles, and because of all of the thinking that they've had to do so far, when you present simple logic to people, they can then struggle. This is obviously an expert playing through.
Chivalry Medieval Warfare is like a medieval FPS where you have swords, and what we mean by FPS is a first-person slasher. So instead of guns and grenades, you have shields, battle axes, swords, longbows, and you're duking it out on competitive multiplayer matches like you're seeing right here in Arena. These guys are going at it. You have shields, and so you ducked out of the way, back and forth exchanges. We're really trying to bring the intensity, the fast-paced combat to the hands of the gamer. And decapitation there, you saw right there. One of the features that people are really excited about with this game is the real-time strike system. You can actually control the weapon with your mouse at all times. It gives you full responsiveness, full control, and it really makes it feel like an FPS game. If you can play an FPS game, you can play this game. People are dropping in here at Pax East. They can drop in and play for the first time. You guys can look for Chivalry this year on Steam, and you can find out more on www.chivalrythegame.com.
So this is Natural Section 2. It's a sequel to an old Half-Life 1 mod that was a free mod, and it was a RTS FPS hybrid, one of the first ones to do that. There's two sides. There's a Marine side and a Alien side. Both sides have a commander, so that commander gets a top-down view, and they play the game like a real-time strategy game. One thing that really is unique and stands out is the alien team. As you can see here, this is an alien that can run on walls and on the ceiling. It's melee, so it bites, has to get in close to Marines. You have that melee versus range thing going on where the Marines can shoot them from really far away, so you have to be really strategic. So the game comes out this summer, the official release date, but we've actually had an open beta where if you pre-order the game, anyone can get into it and be playing the game in its current state as we work towards a final release. So if you go to naturalsection2.com, you can pre-order the game, downloads through Steam, and you should be good to go.
KAIRO is a game about exploration and puzzle solving. I've set this game in this abstract minimalist world full of strange geometry, like sort of everything's supposed to feel like old and decaying and slightly sort of lonely and lost. And the purpose of the game is that as you explore, you find both strange things in the environment and puzzles. And the puzzles are all old machinery from this world of KAIRO that initially you don't really know what's going on. But the idea is that over the course of the game, you start to make things work and slowly piece together what KAIRO is all about. Over here, we're in the garden area of the world, and the idea of this is that because this is about exploration, I didn't want it just to be that everything you find in the world is just a puzzle for you to solve. Many of the things are just there, for the joy of exploration, for things to find. Every room you go in has a different feel, a different mood, a different look, and a different art style. And the idea is just that everything you find it makes it worth wandering around. So the game should be out in the next few months. So hopefully late May, early June. It's initially going to be on PC and Mac, and then a few months later I'm going to release it on iOS and Android.
All right, so this is Drunken Robot Pornography, Games Games' 16th title. What you're seeing here is actually a 3-month prototype. This is the 3rd month into development right now. The conceit of the game is you are a fleshy human with a jetpack and a nuclear-powered rifle, and you are destroying giant robots piece by piece. As you can see here, we have a number of, we have a number of robots, numbering 12 for this particular demo at Pax East. And what we're trying to do at Pax East is just to get an idea as to how this is going to play out. So we're getting a huge amount of fan feedback, which is I think what we can do as indies fast. And then we're gonna develop the game over the course of the next 9 months based on that. All of this is player created. So the players are gonna come in and they're gonna create, as you can see, an enormous robot with gears hanging off of huge lasers penetrating everything. And then you're gonna be able to pit your own robots against other players.